welcome. Thanks for being here for this surprisingly unique edition of Sunday Night Live with Preston, Sunday Night Yoga Live with Preston. I just learned as I went to go live tonight that there's brand new regulations from YouTube that to go live with a mobile device, you need to have 1,000 followers, which I don't have yet. So I'm still gonna record this class for you. This is the class we were gonna do live, and I'm gonna try my hardest to get it up onto YouTube as quick as I can tonight. We're going to begin, as we often do, in a seated position. As you see, our setting this evening is unique. It's new for our Sunday night classes. I am here at my mother's place in New Albany, Ohio, just outside Columbus. And I mention that first to say thank you to my mother for giving me this beautiful space, but second, I don't have my block that I usually sit on. So I found 3 similar sized books that I'm going to use, and I'm going to put a blanket across it so I can still prop up my seat. So join me in a seated position. First 3 things we do, 3-step process, just entering a meditative state, as I'll tell you each week. First, we find our seat. Second, we find stillness. And third, we find our focus. So once you have found your seat, finding a seat that works for you, either with your ankles crossed or by bringing one heel in towards the pelvis, the other in front of it, or any seat that works for you. Once you found your seat, find your stillness and tap into your breath. Let that be your focus as we get started. Your shoulders are placed over your hips. Shoulders come back slightly, chest lifts up. And this is our seated position. For class today, I'd like us to focus on doing a bit of a spring cleaning. You hear me often talk about that we have a channel of energy from our root to our crown. As we start class today, I'd like us to focus on the visual of that channel of energy. So picturing a light beam essentially from our taint to the top of our head that extends all the way up to the cosmos and all the way to the center of the earth. We're going to begin class today by starting to dust out that channel with our breath. So we'll begin with our natural breath by picturing that energy channel. And perhaps the visualization of a bright white light works for you. What I'll be using today is more of a marble tunnel. The structure being made of marble with the intention that I can dust it off and then shine it. And so for those of us that practice yoga often and that are well in touch with their chakra energy channel, today maybe you can skip past dusting it off and just go directly to shining it. Let each breath that you take in come from your root up this energy channel, moving things around with your breath. And with each exhale, you can shoot out whatever you don't need, out through your nose or out through your mouth. And allowing your inhales to come from your root, spiraling up through this tunnel in a circular direction around your spine. And your exhales send out the dust. Pulling the energy upward from the root with your inhale, such as pulling, drawing like a syringe, your energy from your root, pulling it up, that suction, swirling things around. Allow each breath to be slightly more connected and engaged than the one before. As you picture your breath coming up from your roots, see if each breath cycle might bring your breath up to fill a bit more of your chest cavity and of your energy tunnel. And as we work through the asanas that I will cue in class tonight, let your focus be your breath. Come back to this visualization of clearing out this energy channel, of removing any dust, of removing anything stale or stagnant, so that this bright light within you can shine as bright as possible. And let this be a metaphor, as yoga is a metaphor for life, in such that we sit in discomfort in yoga poses so that we can handle uncomfortable situations in life. Let tonight's practice be a metaphor for cleansing and releasing anything we no longer need. Wringing out any ickiness we may have brought from winter to this beginning of spring with us. And as you are ready on an inhale, please lift up your hands off of your lap, bringing your fingers together at your heart. Here, if you feel so inclined, I invite you to set an intention for class. That intention can be whatever is calling to you, but if you would like some guidance, let it be something big you could afford to let go of. Let it be that long-term, difficult, emotional challenge that you couldn't possibly imagine being ready to let go of just yet, but maybe that long-term goal might be a bit shorter term than you imagine. Staying connected to your breath and connected to this cleanse. Upon your next exhale, dropping your hands down, back down into your lap, and taking your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you for an easy twist as we start to integrate movement. Looking back towards your back shoulder as you inhale, sitting tall, long spine. As you exhale, twisting a bit further. Inhale, back to center. Left hand, left knee, right hand, right knee. Exhale here. As you inhale, bring your right hand to your left knee, your left hand behind you for this easy twist. And as you inhale again, sit tall, exhale, twist, looking back, twisting back towards your left hand. And inhaling back to center. We will now inhale to bring the arms up above head. We're going to move into eagle arms. So swing the right arm under as you exhale. And then bring your palms together in front of you. Elbows out from your shoulders. Find your eagle arms, sitting through both of your sit bones on your prop, knees pressing down into the ground, sitting strong, and we're going to integrate some movement. So as you inhale, arms come up, chest a bit forward, spine like you're in cow pose. Exhale to arch your back slightly like a cat, rotating your pelvis forward for a bit of cat pose. Again, inhale, arms up, spine stretches like cow. Exhale, pelvis in, belly button towards spine, back like a cat. 2 more of each. Inhale up for eagle cow. Exhale, bring it down slightly for eagle arms, cat. 1 more of each. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Neutral arms. As you inhale, exhale, release. Bringing your hands down. As you inhale, arms back up. And as you exhale, bring your right arm under. Oh, your left arm under. There we go. Switching out the arms. Finding elbows out from shoulders, palms together. Arms pull away from each other. We sit tall, length through the spine, sitting through both of our sit bones. And as you're ready, on an inhale, you'll bring in the movement. Elbows come up, shoulders slightly back, inhaling and then exhaling, bringing the elbows down, belly button towards spine, back like a cat. Inhale, bring it back up. Elbows up. Exhale, elbows down. Pelvis rotates in, back arches forward. 2 more each. So bring it up, inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, elbows up. And exhale, elbows down. Elbows back at neutral, in eagle arm position, and release. If you've been sitting on a block or on a prop, you can now remove that prop. Coming down to the ground, we're going to bring the right leg across, right foot across, outside of your left knee. Get both of your sit bones onto the ground. And we're moving into Matsyendrasana, Ardha Matsyendrasana. So right arm comes behind you. Inhale to bring your left arm up. And as you exhale, bring your left elbow outside of your right knee. Then again, you will inhale to sit tall through your spine. And as you exhale, you're going to twist back towards your right hand. One more round of breath here. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, release. Coming back through center, switching out the legs. Just flipping them is the easiest way. So left foot is down onto the ground. Both of your sit bones ideally are onto the ground. Left hand comes behind you. Inhale to bring your right arm up. As you exhale, right arm comes outside of your left knee. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale to twist towards your left hand. One more round of breath here. One in, one out. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist a bit deeper. And release back through center. Coming onto your knees and coming in to tabletop position. No, actually, let's start coming down into child's pose before we go to tabletop. So knees wide, toes together. Knees about as wide as the width of your mat, arms in front of you. Forehead down to the mat. Take 2 full rounds of breath here. Down in child's pose. And then today, rather than in tabletop position where we usually do thread the needle, we're going to do it down here in child's pose. So take your left hand and just bring it right through between your right wrist and your right knee. Placing the left side of your shoulder, your left shoulder, down onto the mat, as well as the left side of your head down onto the mat. Right arm is extended long in front of you as your weight now bears down onto your left shoulder. Pressing through and into your right hand will bring your right shoulder up just a bit, making this a very minor twist. With your exhale, let go of anything that has become stagnant within you. No need to name it, to pinpoint what it is. Just say, and know I'm releasing. The inhale, swirl everything around, loosen up the debris within you. Couple more breaths here. Recognizing that the intensity in which you bring in the air into your lungs and into your body is the intensity at which it will swirl and pick up the debris. On an inhale, you'll remove the needle, bringing your left hand to meet your right in this child's position. Forehead comes back down. 1 round of breath here in neutral child's pose. As you're ready, right arm threads the needle. So right hand comes between your left wrist and your left knee. See if the right side of your shoulder, if your right shoulder can press down into the mat. Allow the right side of your head to then meet the mat. Left arm is extended out in front of you. Legs have not moved. Once you find this position, tap back into your breath. Tap back into the visualization. Allowing your inhale that the pauses between your breath will allow that energy, that air to continue swirling while you gain a greater awareness by being between your breaths. Couple more breaths here. As you're ready, unthread the needle, come back to child's pose. And on an inhale, lift up to tabletop position. Tabletop is on all fours. So we check in that our joints are stacked, shoulders over elbows, over wrists, hips over knees. Fingers spread wide. Flat back. Now flip your toes and bring your knees just a couple inches off of the ground. Inhale here, because on an exhale, we'll lift our hips up for downward facing dog. Pedaling out the legs and allowing now and any time, in my class at the very least, for your down dog to be focused on straight arms, not always straight legs. At the very least, not to start a class. Pedal out your legs, bringing one heel down to the ground as you exhale. As you inhale, bringing both to a bent position. Exhaling to bring the other heel down. A couple more like that on each side. As we start to pump the blood to our lower body. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Straight back, flat back, bent or straight legs. And as you inhale, bring your right foot up, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bringing your knee towards your chest and your foot landing between your hands for a low lunge. Get comfortable in this low lunge. Take a moment here. Stay connected to your breath here. Moving at your pace, at your rhythm. On an inhale, lift up, hands up to this high crescent lunge. Left hip comes slightly forward, right hip comes back so that your hips are aligned at the short edge of your mat, to the front of your mat. Fingers point up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Palms towards one another. Left heel points back, right knee is over your right ankle. Those joints are stacked. Inhale again to bring your hands high, your chest high. As you exhale, bring your hands back down. And as you inhale, bring your right heel high. Exhale, lower your heel down. Straight on to the other side. Inhale to bring your left foot up. Exhale, knee to chest, and foot lands between your hands. Again, becoming familiar with this low lunge well before we consider standing up. So finding stability with the left foot, finding stability on the right ball, strength through both feet, and at your pace, inhaling to bring the chest up, arms up. First thing we check in on is our hips. Right hip forward, left hip back. Second thing, right heel. Are we continuing to press our right heel back? is the left knee over the left ankle. Then we stand as tall as we can. Chest up, shoulders slightly back, fingers pointed towards the ceiling, hands towards each other. As you exhale, chest comes down, hands come down. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, bring it down. Downward facing dog. Inhale here, and exhale here. Inhale to again bring the right foot up. Exhale, knee towards your chest, foot between your hands. Inhale, right up to crescent lunge. One more breath here. Inhale, chest high, arms up. As you exhale, press into your right foot, step forward for chair pose. Sit back, sit down. Inhale, arms up, chest up. And as you exhale, right foot comes back. Down to low lunge. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. Bring your foot up. Exhale. Bring it down. One round of breath here. Downward facing dog. As you inhale, bring your left foot up. And as you exhale, knee to chest, foot between your hands. Inhale, bring it up. High lunge. Crescent. Inhale here. Fingers up. Exhale, press into your left foot, step forward. As you sit back. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, right foot back, low lunge. Inhale, left foot comes up. Exhale, lower it down. Coming down to child's pose. Knees wide, arms long in front of us. Take a moment to deepen your connection with your breath. Stay engaged in the practice here. Take this as a moment to come back to the visualization of your breath clearing out your body. As you inhale, back through tabletop, back up to high plank. So knees rise up. Inhale here, exhale back to downward facing dog. Couple more rounds of that flow. Inhale, right foot comes up. Exhale, knee towards your chest, foot between your hands. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step forward. Sit back. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, right foot back. Low lunge. Inhale, left foot comes up. Exhale, left foot comes down. Inhale, left foot comes back up. Exhale, knee towards your chest and between your hands. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, step forward. Chair pose, sit back, sit down. Inhale, arms up, chest up. Exhale, step right foot back, low lunge. Inhale, left foot comes up. And exhale, bring it down. Inhale here. As you exhale, come down onto your forearms. Forearm plank. Arms can either be parallel to one another, fingers pointing straight ahead, or you may interlace your fingers. Heels are hip width distance or together. There's a straight line of energy from your heels to your head. Pelvis rotates under, core becomes strong. We have about another 30 seconds here. You've got this. Our core is what holds us in the balancing positions that we have. Our core engagement is what gives us strength within our yoga practice. So we hold these positions with acknowledgement that it will take our practice further and that we just have 10 more seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up to high plank. As you exhale, lower slowly like a board, all the way down to your belly. Hands stay alongside your chest as we move right in to 3 rounds of cobras. Inhale to bring your chest up, shoulders back, pressing into your toes to lift up your knees. Exhale, lower back down. Bringing your forehead to the mat, and as you inhale, bring it right back up. Exhale, lowering down, and inhaling to our 3rd round of cobra. Tallest we've been yet. Exhale, bring it down. Left ear to the mat, right is where you're looking. Hands at your side, palms up. Allow yourself to melt into your mat here. Chin comes back to the mat, arms are out to a T. As we continue through our spine strengthening series, this is our 2nd pose in our spine strengthening series. And on an inhale, we're gonna lift everything up. Arms up, chest up, legs up. Holding here for the exhale. Inhale, bring it up a bit higher. Holding there. One more breath. And release, lower down. Right ear to the mat, look to the left. Hands at your side, palms up. Shoulders melt down. Utilize your mouth to let go of your air, sending with it anything you don't need. Chin comes back to the mat. Fingers interlace at your tailbone. Toes are together. On an inhale, we lift up. Toes up, legs up, shoulders up for locust pose. We're holding here, and on our next inhale, bring the arms off of the lower back. Shoulders continue to pull back. Hold here, one more breath. And on an exhale, we release. Lowering down, left ear to the mat, looking to the right. Arms at our side. Last last of our spine strengthening series is floor bow. Chin to the mat, bend your knees. Grab for the outside of your feet. Floor bow, we lift on an exhale. The kick of the feet into the hands is what gives the lift. So all together on the ground, we inhale. And on an exhale, we kick and we lift. Kicking feet into the hands, surrendering the shoulders, keeping knees at hip width distance apart. Giving a couple more rounds of breath here, lifting up higher. And as you need to, surrendering. Coming down. Looking to the left, right ear into the mat. Shoulders melt into the mat. And we're going to move on to the intense shoulder stretch that I teach very often. If those of you that have done this class before know it, go right into it. Left arm comes out from the shoulder. Right hand comes alongside our right side of our chest. This is a 3-step process, so listen closely. First step is you pull the left hand towards you as you press the left shoulder into the mat. Step 2 is the right hand helps guide your right shoulder up. Step 3 is that your right foot lands behind your left leg. You should feel this in your left shoulder. Again, I'll show you, for those of you that are newer, the 3 steps. First, left arm out, right arm in. 3 steps is left shoulder presses into the mat. If you have traction of the floor, pull the left hand towards you. Second step, right shoulder comes up with the help of the right hand. Third step, right foot comes behind left leg. Once you're here, you're welcome to come up onto the right fingertips. That can feel like it's giving you more room. Please do keep the left arm, your extended arm, active. And continue the visualization that we proposed at the beginning of class of watching your air swirl within you to let go of anything you don't need. We always have room and time for 2 rounds of this position. It's so juicy, I always make time. So as you're ready, come through, rolling slowly onto your chest. First thing, bring your right arm out. Second thing, bring your left hand in. Then we follow that same 3-step process. So we pull the arm towards us and press the right shoulder in is step 1. Then left shoulder comes up. And third, left foot lands behind right leg. Right arm stays active here. Keep your palm pressing into the ground. If you'd like to come up onto your fingertips, do so. Continue though to press your right shoulder into the mat. Don't let this be the point in class where you lose connection to your breath or your intention. Allow this to be where it intensifies, where you have the opportunity to become more deeply connected to your breath. And tonight we're using a metaphor for our breath, letting things go, because so often in yoga it is spoken to lightly, the idea of letting go. It's hard. There are lots of reasons we hold on to things within us. However, that's often our mind. Allowing your chest to come down, go on to the second round. So left arm comes out, right arm comes in. You might know it now. Three-step process. What is it? 1 is your left shoulder presses in. 2 is your right shoulder comes up. 3rd is that your foot comes behind your leg. And I phrase it as such in regards to letting go, that our mind can often get in the way, our mind and our ego, and allow us to hold on to things longer than we need. So in this class tonight, we need not name what we're letting go of as we exhale, but we can acknowledge that our greatest good will release anything we don't need. Perhaps on this second round, you'd like to lift your right arm up off the ground. Perhaps you'd like to bring it to your right hip. Perhaps you'd like to extend it behind you. Welcoming in whatever adjustment feels right to your body in this moment. 3 to 5 more breaths here on this side. And as you exit the second round of this intense shoulder stretch, please always go slowly. So as slowly as you can, lowering your right side of your chest back down. Being real gentle with how deep we may have just taken this. Coming down slowly, and then you know it, bringing the right arm out, bringing the left hand in. Pulling the right hand towards you, pressing the right shoulder in, lifting the left up, and then placing the left foot behind the right leg. If you did on the other side, find an arm variation here too. If we have 2 sides in a yoga pose, we do our best to match what we did on the other side. So find that same arm variation. Find that same visualization of the air entering your lungs, swirling around, and then, just for the heck of it, allow yourself to let something unspoken of go. Three to 5 more breaths here. As we did on the other side, please come out of this slowly, bringing your hand down, and then slowly, gently bringing your chest down. As your chest comes down to the mat, you'll bring your right hand in, and then we're going to lift up through tabletop slowly, making your way there. And then, with at least 10 steps of your knees, walk your knees up towards your hands. Your right knee will be the first one to get to your right wrist, and as it does, pivot your right foot in as we move towards pigeon. So by no means do we expect early in our practice that our shin is parallel with the short end of our mat. That is the full extension of pigeon pose. But for me, there's still an angle here. If you have a pillow or a prop handy, it helps to put it under your left thigh. Do so Pointing then your left toes long. And before we lay down into it, sit tall. With your shoulders back, chest forward. Last week I called this Sphinx Pigeon, which I loved. Just the visualization of that. I'm getting really into visualizations. Be proud in this Sphinx Pigeon. And then lower down. Coming down to your forearms. Perhaps you really want to have Sphinx arms here, that'd be welcome too. Or bringing your head down and relaxing into this. We're going to take some time here. If you have other pillows, bring them in. They're welcome. We're moving towards the longer holds and the yin, relaxed, deeper positions of the class. So find yourself comfortable here. Make yourself comfortable. In this portion of the class, I will give less cues once we are into the position. This is your opportunity to take that silence and take it upon yourself to come back to your breath, to come back to your visualization, to come back to your intention. Knowing that mindfulness is returning to the present moment. As you're ready, you're welcome to lift up onto your hands, coming then back onto your hip, leaning onto your right hip, and bringing your leg around so that then your left knee is up towards the front of the mat and your right leg swings around. So just as we had before, now the left knee is up towards our wrists. And we take a moment first to sit tall here. If you're able, please bring a prop underneath your right thigh. Take this Sphinx Pigeon like moment and then bring it down. Deepen your connection with your breath
Acknowledge that thoughts will come to you and that you can send them right on their way. If you brought in pillows on the other side, make sure they're here for this one. We're cleaning things out here tonight. Clearing out debris and letting go of anything stale within us. We're only holding on to what we do need. Purging all that does not serve us. As you're ready, lift up, press onto your hands, and then lower onto your left hip, removing any props that you had around. Bringing your right foot again outside of your left knee. Ardha Matsyendrasana, as we did before earlier in class. Just as we did before, right arm comes behind you. Inhale to bring your left arm up. As you exhale, slowly bringing it down outside of your right knee. Then as you inhale, sitting tall, exhaling to twist. In these twists, what we're doing to our organs is wringing them out like a mop. As you know, inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, back through center. Switch out your legs. Left foot is outside of right knee. Left foot is ideally into the ground. Left arm is behind you. Inhale to bring your right arm up. As you exhale, bring it outside of your left knee. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, extend your arm and twist. One more breath here. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist and wring out their organs, detoxing them like you're wringing out a mop. Inhale, back to center. Come onto your back. If you have pillows close, you know we use pillows in these Sunday night classes. And you know we often end with a supine twist. That's where we're going. So, come onto your back. And come to your legs both extended long. And give a deep exhale. On an inhale, bring your right knee up towards you. Find an interlaced grip just below the knee. And begin to let your exhales guide your knee up towards your shoulder. Stretching out the hips here and getting the knee as close as you can towards the shoulder. Flex your left toes, pressing your left heel into the mat. See if that gives you some more room here. As you're ready, left hand will come to your right knee, right arm extends out from your right shoulder. On an exhale, your left hand guides your right knee across, and as it does, your left hip shimmies towards the center of your mat so that your right hip can stack on top of your left. Your shoulders stay flat, and your knee plants onto your stack of pillows if you got it, so that you can have this extended moment in supine twist, relieving releasing any tension in your left arm. It is just a guide there to hold your knee in place. You're looking up towards the ceiling or out towards your extended arm. And with your exhales, you can pull your belly button towards your spine, and that might give you a bit more room to twist. Here too, and in any twist, we're wringing things out. Detoxing the body. Cleaning them up. Couple more breaths here in this supine twist. Once you're ready, you're welcome to bring your knee across your body and back towards your right shoulder. Once it's there, again, find the interlaced grip just below the right knee and guide the right knee once again back towards your right shoulder, alongside your torso. Your thigh comes up. Perhaps it comes a bit further than it did before, maybe not. On an inhale, your left knee will come up towards your left shoulder. You've got both knees up towards your shoulders now. The grip below each knee, flat back, flat hips, giving a gentle squeeze. The knees up towards the shoulders. And as you're ready, you may release your right heel down to the mat, finding an interlaced grip on the left knee now. Just as we did on the other side, we're going to guide the left thigh and the left knee alongside our torso, pulling it up towards the left shoulder. Flex your right toes as you press your right heel into the mat. See if that gives you a bit more room to pull your knee closer. And once you're ready, if you had the pillows on the other side, first bring them across. And then you'll take your right hand to your left knee, your left arm out from your shoulder, and guide your left knee across your body. As it's coming across, your right hip shimmies under so that your left hip can stack on top of the right. And you guide your knee to its place of support on your pillow pile. You're looking up towards the ceiling or out towards your extended arm. This is our last twist, so take this as a moment to really feel into this moment of wringing things out. We don't even know what's in that mop at this point. So we're twisting it as tightly as we possibly can to get out any gook that's in there. We know that there's all sorts of nasty in there we don't need. Using your open mouth exhale. That's how we to a place of calm quickly. That's how we can get rid of all that stale energy. Once you're ready, right hand is going to guide your left knee back towards your left shoulder. Once again, find the interlaced grip below the left knee. Give it a squeeze, pulling the left knee in towards the left shoulder. Right foot is flexed, right toes are flexed, right heels into the mat so that we can potentially bring the left knee back a bit further than we did before. And on an inhale, right knee comes up. We've got our grip below each knee and we're giving a gentle squeeze towards our shoulders. Happy baby is our second to last pose, so we reach on the inside of our knees for the outside of our feet. Finding a grip and then pulling the knees towards the ground. Feet are flat up towards the ceiling or the sky. And we're gently pulling the legs down and towards us, working to find a flat back. If rolling side to side or in circles feels good for you, go ahead and do so. And now is the time where if there's a yoga pose you haven't had the chance to do yet that you want to make sure to have in your practice, now's the time to do it. The rest of us will release that grip and guide the knees towards each other. Knees come to touch, heels lower down towards your glutes, and you grab for a grip outside your shins. Perhaps it's opposite cupping of your fingers or grabbing just the opposite top of your hand. Maybe you can reach and grab opposite elbows. Wherever you're at, I want you to take each breath in this last asana before Shavasana as an opportunity to squeeze tighter, to put more energy in. So with every single inhale, I want you to squeeze your knees closer to each other, and with each exhale, pull them closer to you and let go of your breath and your muck within you. Couple more breaths just like that. Inhaling in, bright light, squeezing tightly, wringing it out, and exhaling out. Whatever it is you don't need. One more, just like that. Tightest squeeze you've had all day. Inhale. Bring your forehead up towards your knees, squeezing as tight as you can. Exhale to Shavasana. Feet extend out. They come wider than your mat. Your toes fall out to the side. Your arms are out to the side. Palms are up towards the ceiling. Shavasana is where all of the magic that we just created within us in this yoga practice is able to flow throughout our whole body. So all that space that we just created, all that dusting off that we just did, all that beauty within us now flows perfectly. And for that reason, we lay in stillness, and we do ourselves the favor of stillness so that the beauty of Shavasana can just be. the joys of practicing yoga at home is that you can stay here all night. If you are carrying on with your evening, please be slow in your movement as you begin to wiggle your toes and move your fingers. And slower than you usually do, then bring your heels together. And on an inhale, stretch your body to a full body stretch, arms above head. As you're ready, knees come in towards your belly, roll over onto your side using your bicep as a pillow, lowering your head down onto your arm, feeling the comfort of this position, the sweetness of this position. As you're ready, press into your hand and lift up to a seated position. If your eyes are closed, allow them to stay closed as we meet with our hands at our heart, either seated on a prop or without a prop. Shoulders above hips, fingertips together, heart rises to meet thumbs, shoulders come back. We take one last moment of stillness here together. Inhaling to bring thumbs between your eyebrows at third eye center. We bow forward together to seal our practice with the word namaste. I hope you all have a wonderful week. And I hope that at some point this week you feel a bit lighter. Maybe some of us let go of something we needed to here tonight. Like I said, letting go isn't as easy as it can be led on to believe. But our body does. Our body, our mind, and our spirit does let go of things when we are ready. With love and gratitude, thank you for continuing to practice with me on Sunday evenings, and thank you with your patience as we continue to figure this whole thing out. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Next weekend, we're in Detroit. I'm doing my adaptive yoga teacher training. I'll see you there.